The Vlandian Sharpshooter is the only ranged option of Vlandia. For many players, this has been one of the best units for a long time, as it handled the shooting duties with impressive efficiency, while being a solid melee option when needed. But is that different in patch 1.8? As someone who streamed a speedrun conquest on version 1.7, I can tell you that these guys were the main reason I ended up conquering already in just 15 years, while not executing any lords in the meantime. The role of this unit is simple. Shoot until you run out of bolts, then join the melee and perform like you are a tier 4 infantryman. For ranged troops, I like to cover first the number of projectiles one can bring. In the case of the sharpshooter, it's one bag of heavy bolts, carrying 18 shots. Since they carry a shield, crossbows tend to only be given one quiver. This makes them run out of arrows very quickly, so use them carefully. The crossbow is a bound crossbow, simply regarded as being the best crossbow in the game. It has a 63 reload speed, 100 damage and 100 accuracy. This is a very solid weapon to start with, and it makes this unit a deadly option when it comes to shooting. Unfortunately, like all crossbowmen, this unit also suffers from the lack of damage increase captain perks, and the non-existing scaling of the crossbow skill. Next up, we have the most iconic piece of equipment of this unit, the Pavis Shield, a tanky 560 HP blast door with a length of 118. One of the best shields in the game, it covers pretty much the entire unit and can be very effective at tanking projectiles. When engaging in melee, the sharpshooter brings a rigged arming sword. It has 86 swing speed, pretty slow for melee, 76 damage, and it's on the long side for a sidearm with 113 length. As most sub-90 swing speed melee weapons with this much length tend to be, this weapon is not great, and Vlandia being cheap on their unit's armor doesn't help either. Talking about the armor, the sharpshooter has 28 body armor. Yeah, they're low, I'm not even kidding. Combined between the mail shirt and the hood, ranking him last in 7th place among archers, and last across all 30 plus tested units. Differently from the rest of Vlandian infantry, the sharpshooter brings a pretty good helmet for their class, with a value of 42 brought by the Cattle Hut over Mail Coif. This will rank the sharpshooter in 3rd place among archers and 22nd overall. When it comes to the combined value of head plus body, the sharpshooter ranks tied at 4th with a value of 70. And keeps the same position when we consider all armor types. When considering the shooting efficiency, the sharpshooter finished 6th, with 3 6th places and 1 7th place. This is mainly due to them having to join the melee before all enemies were killed, showing how a lower amount of arrows can impact a long enough fight. Anyway, they ended up with a KD of 5.3, and a KD of 17.41 versus low tiers. The sharpshooter lost 61.22% of their units and averaged a casualty chance against low tiers of 48.5%. When considering efficiency under pressure, the sharpshooters finished 3rd, with 3 3rd places and 1 2nd place. In this case, everyone had to join the melee at one point, and it shows the upsides of crossbowmen in this scenario. Anyway, they finish with an average KD of 2.53 and a KD versus low of 35.57. The sharpshooters lost 55.4% of their units and ended with an average casualty chance versus low tiers of 33.5. And finally, when considering the melee efficiency, the sharpshooter ranked 4th, with an average KD of 2.18 and a KD versus low of 11.6. The sharpshooter ended up losing 34.14% of their units and averaged a 12.88% casualty chance versus low tiers. As expected, this unit struggles at shooting because of the lack of projectiles, but picks that slack up in the melee situations. Let's go ahead and list the pros and cons. The body armor of this unit is bad, but the helmet is solid for the class. The sidearm is not great, the shield is amazing and makes this unit good at tanking projectiles if needed. The melee performance is neither great nor bad. As most crossbowmen, the lack of projectiles can be felt in longer battles, and since the armor buffs, sometimes it can take an extra shot to kill an infantryman. But they are the best crossbowmen when it comes to shooting. They can handle very well under pressure, making them great at protecting squishy archers, even if they're not the best crossbowmen at doing that kind of job. Since the entire line brings crossbows, they are far better at lower tiers than all of the other ranged lines. My final score is a 3.5 out of 5. It's a very good unit for smaller battle sizes and when brought in large quantities, but it quickly drops off in quality if you run just a few of them or you have to fight large battles. Overall, there are better quality options for ranged troops, especially on the shooting side of things. But these guys perform very well from the get-go and can quickly win you a lot of battles while you are building up some archer captains. As it stands right now, they are one of the few Vlandian troops still worth seeking in 1.8, but the armor buffs did make them a bit weaker than they used to be. Anyway, let me know what you guys think and what troop you want me to cover next. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next video.